Leclerc sends message after questions about his performance. The driver showed discomfort with media backlash after poor qualifying sessions in Japan and China. Charles Leclerc believes that qualifying on the front row for the Formula One Miami Grand Prix sprint makes people stop talking. The Ferrari driver completed only 3 laps during the sole practice session of this stage after spinning at turn 16 and suffering a clutch issue in Florida. However, despite having 23 career poles, Leclerc admitted he was struggling to find the right window with qualifying tires, consequently leading to a subpar performance. The Monegasque had been experiencing poor results in the last qualifiers in China and Japan. When asked if he was relieved with the performance presented in Miami, he replied, "I am, because qualifying has been a weak point for 2 races in a row. At one point, in China, it was a bit better, but we didn't have the car to show it. In such a tough weekend, I did 1 lap in practice and went straight to qualifying, went straight to the track, so it was very complicated. But soon I felt that the hard work I put in at the beginning of the season to try to get the tires in the right window paid off, so I'm happy." There's a lot of talk going on. You're only as good as your last race in this sport, so when you have 2 races in a row where you're bad in qualifying and don't do a good job, people start talking, so it's good to stop that. Despite his strong position in qualifying, Leclerc claims he went into the sprint without knowing Ferrari's race pace, as he couldn't do long stints in practice. "I have no idea about our race pace as I did only 1 lap, he said. "But I really hope we can have a good sprint and a good race pace to have hopes of victory on Sunday." In the end, Leclerc ended up having a good performance in the sprint and securing a 2nd place on the grid, trailing only Max Verstappen. The question now is the final result. It's no use posting good times and good sprints only to end up in a bad position in the end, as this would provide even more ammunition for the critics. It seems that lately Leclerc's biggest enemy has been himself, and this gets even more complicated as time goes on and Lewis Hamilton gets closer to his arrival at Ferrari. I believe that if he continues at this pace, Leclerc won't even have the team's support next year, as it's already very likely that the team's first driver will be Lewis Hamilton. But what about you? What do you think of Leclerc's statement? Do you agree that they're being too hard on him? Do you think he deserves criticism for his poor performances in the last GPs? Comment below. Thank you very much for your viewership. See you in the next video. Over and out.